I've been with the DIG Agency for about a month and a half now. This last call, I was able to close her because I focused on what she needed and I did not focus on myself. She originally called in, and when we first spoke, she didn't want to talk with me. She said she didn't have any money because of the split between her and her husband, and she actually wanted to get off the phone with me early on. So I just said, "Hey, do you just have about a minute?" She said, "Can you call me back tomorrow afternoon?" I said, "Okay, well, do you just have about a minute to so I can go over this to see if I even need to call you back? I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure that I can actually help you." So she allowed me to. I went ahead and figured out why she didn't have a policy, which was because of affordability. And I figured out what is it that you actually are looking for. Like, are you trying to do a cremation or a traditional burial? She said traditional burial. I took the extra time and I went in her area and looked up the prices for her area. It was about $7,000 to $12,000. So I also asked her, besides the traditional burial, they're running about 7 to 12,000. Did you just want to get coverage for final expenses, or do you want to leave money to your kids? And she wanted to leave money to her kids. Okay, how much money are you looking to leave for your kids? About $10,000. Okay, so you need about $17,000 of coverage. I took the extra time to help her to even find out what she really needs. She really cared about her kids not being stuck with the bill. Because I figured out how much the funeral cost. She didn't like what that would look like if they had to come out. Well, they couldn't come out $7,000 to $12,000 just unexpectedly at the drop of a dime. She really cared about her kids. She really cared about not leaving them in a bad situation. So someone who didn't have money and didn't want to talk to me in the first place ended up buying because of the value. I provided her value. I listened to her. I figured out why it was important, and I got her to see if you keep putting it off, what that situation will look like. And I also listened to her, found out more about her, talked with her. I did active listening, and I didn't put myself first. And that is why I was able to close a client who told me she didn't want to talk to me and she had no way of paying it to providing value. Her kids heard me in the background and said, "Mom, I have to pay for it." And just being a real human being with the customer is how I was able to close that last sale, by listening and not putting myself first and not having commission breath, because that will kill a call every time. So that's how I closed that sale.